It really started out being like Vanessa playing in the kitchen and making lots of things and having fun, to turning it into a business and being organized and having a staff and having to schedule them and, you know, having to do orders.
Is there a key ingredient to like the success of this place? Is it that it's kind of simple, healthy food? Is it
simple, healthy food, and to try to be flexible? I mean, it's a small place and a small community. If you have customers who come all the time who are diabetic, make them a cake with Splenda. Or, you know, if you have people who are lactose intolerant, make sure that you have a couple of options for them. We really try to cater to our customers. So for 1 loaf of white bread, it's about 3½ cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, and my yeast. 1/4 teaspoon of dry yeast. And it's a wet dough. If it's going to give me a hard time, I'm just going to add a little bit more water. You want to make sure you don't leave any pockets of flour underneath it. Just run it around a couple of times. And of all the doughs, this is the one that's really sort of different because it's much pastier. And that's it. And what you're doing now is it's very wet and it's sort of just growing slowly. You're giving it the water and you're giving it the food and you're leaving it alone. And you're giving it 18 hours as opposed to probably if you made a loaf of white bread at home, probably be 2 hours for the first rise, and then you'd shape it and you'd give it 1 more hour. Now I'm going to forget about it for about 18 hours. And it can really go up to 24 hours as long as it's not in any place that's too warm.
So you can leave it at room temperature?
Room temperature, yep. We need to get our bread pots really hot before we put our bread in. So I'm going to turn up the oven to 500. And we're going to put the pots in and let them start warming up. And any enamel or cast iron pot will work as long as it has a cover. All right, our oven is almost at 500, so they're ready to go in. All right, here we go.
Tell me again why these have to be so hot to put the bread in.
If you were making bread in a bread oven, your oven would be hot. You would be putting it on hot stones, and we're trying to reproduce the hot stone. So the heat is going to give it a nice crust and a nice fast rise. I try to do the ones that I use for sandwiches in the oval pots. It makes easier slicing. And most of these are about a 3½ quart pot. Some of them are a little bit bigger. And this is the new one. This is the fig one that I haven't done before. We'll see how that turns out. All right, and then we want to get the pots on and then back in the oven as quickly as we can. Now we're going to leave it alone for 25 minutes. So that's bread. Isn't that exciting?
Is there a key ingredient to to like the success of this place? Is it that it's kind of simple, healthy food? Is it
simple, healthy
location?
food, and to try to be flexible. I mean, it's a small place and a small community. We wanted to have sort of a gathering place, and nothing fancy, just good, simple food and, you know, baked stuff. Originally, I wanted more to open a bakery, and the food stuff came later. We really try to cater to our customers.